There are people who keep striving, working hard, pushing themselves every single day, yet they feel like something is holding them back, like the doors they knock on never fully open. And then there are those whose paths begin to ease, whose efforts carry a different kind of result, where opportunities come in ways they never expected. The difference is not always in how much they do, but in what their hearts are connected to. Because when your tongue is alive with the remembrance of Allah, your life begins to shift in ways you cannot always explain. Dhikr is not just a habit of words, it is a key that unlocks barakah, clarity and divine help. When you remember Allah consistently, He makes you remembered in ways that change your path, your Arabic rat, Arabic sayn, Arabic kahaf, and your outcomes. There is something powerful about the things we repeat every single day. They quietly shape who we become, how we think, how we react, and even how we see the world around us. A person may not notice it immediately, but over time, whatever fills the tongue and the mind begins to settle deep within the heart. When someone constantly repeats worries, fears, and negative thoughts, those thoughts begin to control their perspective. They start seeing obstacles everywhere, doubting themselves and feeling stuck even when opportunities are present. But when a person fills their day with the remembrance of Allah, something very different begins to happen. Their inner state begins to transform, and that inner transformation slowly reflects in their outer life. Success is often described as something you earn through effort, discipline, and persistence. And there is truth in that. Effort is essential. Islam encourages striving, working hard, and doing your best in every situation. But effort alone does not guarantee results. There are people who work tirelessly yet feel like they are not moving forward. There are others whose efforts are moderate, yet they experience ease, growth, and unexpected opportunities. This difference points to something beyond effort, something connected to divine support and blessing. That is where daily remembrance plays a role that is often underestimated. When you remember Allah consistently, you are doing more than repeating phrases. You are realigning your heart. You are reminding yourself again and again that Allah is the source of everything. This reminder changes how you carry yourself in life. You begin to act with awareness, not just reaction. You begin to trust, not just fear. You begin to rely, not just control. And these internal changes have a powerful impact on your actions and decisions. Allah says in the Quran, "Remember me, I will remember you." 2.152. This is not a small promise. It is a direct connection between your remembrance and Allah's response. When a person is remembered by Allah, it means they are supported in ways that go beyond what is visible. It means that guidance reaches them at the right time. It means that protection surrounds them in moments they may not even realize. It means that doors begin to open, sometimes quietly, sometimes suddenly, but always with wisdom. Many times the doors we struggle to open are not locked because of lack of effort, but because something is missing within us. It could be a lack of clarity, a lack of patience, or a lack of trust. These are internal barriers that can block progress even when the path seems clear. Remembrance helps remove these barriers. It clears the heart from unnecessary noise and fills it with something steady and strong. Allah also says in the Quran, "Indeed, in the remembrance of Allah do hearts find rest." 13:28. This rest is not simply about feeling calm for a moment. It is a deeper stability that affects how a person handles life. When the heart is at rest, a person is not easily shaken by setbacks. They do not lose focus when things go wrong. They are able to think clearly, act wisely, and move forward without being overwhelmed. This kind of inner peace is one of the greatest advantages a person can have, because it allows them to remain steady while others may fall into panic or confusion. When a person has a calm and focused mind, their actions naturally improve. They make better decisions, they avoid unnecessary mistakes, and they are able to recognize opportunities more clearly. This is how remembrance indirectly opens doors of success. It does not always change the situation immediately, but it changes the person, and that change leads to better outcomes. There is also a strong connection between remembrance and guidance. A person who remembers Allah often becomes more aware of their behavior. They become more careful with their choices. They begin to think before they act, and they start to align their actions with what is right. This awareness protects them from decisions that could harm their future. It also leads them toward paths that are beneficial, even if those paths are not the easiest ones at first. Guidance is one of the greatest forms of success because it keeps a person on the right track. It prevents them from wasting time, energy, and effort on things that do not benefit them. And this guidance is often a result of a heart that is connected to Allah through remembrance. Another important effect of remembrance is the development of gratitude. When a person remembers Allah regularly, they become more aware of the blessings in their life. They begin to notice things they once ignored. They start to appreciate what they have instead of constantly focusing on what they do not have. This shift in mindset creates a sense of contentment, which is a powerful state to be in. Allah says in the Quran, if you are grateful, I will surely increase you. 14.7. This increase can come in many forms. It can be an increase in opportunities, an increase in understanding, an increase in peace, or even an increase in the ability to make the most of what one already has. Gratitude changes how a person experiences life, and that positive experience often leads to better performance and better results. Remembrance also builds discipline, and discipline is a key factor in success. When a person makes it a habit to remember Allah daily, they are training themselves to be consistent. They are developing the ability to stick to something even when they do not feel like it. This discipline carries over into other areas of life. A person who is consistent in their remembrance often becomes more consistent in their work, their studies, and their responsibilities. Consistency is what turns small actions into significant results. It is not about doing something once in a while, but about doing it regularly. And remembrance, when practiced daily, strengthens this quality in a person. There is also a protective aspect to remembrance. A person who keeps their tongue busy with remembering Allah has less space for negative thoughts. Their mind is not constantly occupied with fear, doubt, or unnecessary worry. This mental clarity allows them to stay focused on what matters. It also protects them from distractions that could pull them away from their goals. Allah mentions in the Quran that turning away from remembrance leads to difficulty in life. 20.124. This difficulty is not always about material hardship. It can be a sense of tightness, a feeling of being lost, or a lack of satisfaction even when things seem fine on the outside. Remembrance protects a person from this state by keeping their heart connected and their perspective balanced. Over time, the effects of remembrance begin to show in a person's life in ways that are sometimes surprising. They may find that things begin to fall into place more smoothly. They may notice that they are making better choices without overthinking as much. They may see that opportunities come at the right time, or that problems resolve themselves in ways they did not expect. This does not mean that life becomes free of challenges. Everyone faces difficulties, but remembrance changes how those difficulties are experienced. Instead of feeling like obstacles that stop progress, they become steps that lead to growth. Instead of causing despair, they become moments of learning and strengthening. A person who is connected to Allah through daily remembrance also develops a different understanding of success. It is no longer just about reaching a specific goal or achieving a certain status. It becomes about living a life that is balanced, meaningful, and aligned with what is right. It becomes about having peace while striving, not just peace after achieving. This perspective brings a sense of fulfillment that goes beyond temporary success. It allows a person to enjoy the journey, not just the destination. It helps them remain grounded even when they achieve something significant. And it protects them from feeling empty even when they have everything they once wanted. When effort is combined with remembrance, it creates a powerful balance. Effort provides the action, while remembrance provides the direction and the support. Effort moves you forward, while remembrance keeps you steady. Effort opens visible doors, while remembrance unlocks unseen ones. This combination is what leads to a life where success is not only achieved, but also sustained. A life where progress is not just fast, but also meaningful. A life where achievements are not just reached, but also appreciated. And as a person continues on this path, they begin to realize that the true secret was never just about doing more. It was about connecting more. It was about remembering more. It was about aligning the heart with the one who controls all outcomes. And when that alignment happens, doors begin to open in ways that cannot always be explained, bringing ease, clarity, and success together in a way that feels both natural and guided.